Hello and welcome back. It's been a little bit since I've posted another video. I'm looking at another monitoring tool. It's been around for a long time. I've actually used it in previous life, as they say. It's called Cacti, and it's good for routing, graphing your routers. You can use it for actual systems and stuff like that too, like a Linux system or whatever you'd like. But what I'll do is I'll show you how to install that. It's going to be the latest version of it. It's going to be the 8.8b, and it'll also be on CentOS 6.5. So first off, we're just going to run a quick update to make sure that we have everything. And it looks like there's no packages, so that's good. Type clear for that. Now we actually need to install some of the packages. I'm going to do it in two separate steps, but you could do it all in one if you wanted to. Believe it or not, it was more for a layout issue on my website, but I am working hard at getting that up to date so that you can get a better feel of the different directions that I want to go with this with the documentation side of it. Okay, so first we're going to install PHP, HTTP server, um, MySQL server, PHP MySQL, Vim enhanced, and NetSNMP. See how that first batch goes. All right, all that looks like it went good. Now we're going to do the next set. Basically, this will be the RRD tool, the wget um, utils for SNMP. So we can do some neat little tests with that stuff. Hey, all that stuff looked good, no issues, no packages missing, so we should be good there. Just gonna change into the temp directory real quick. And just have the yum log in there. And then what we're gonna do is we're actually going to download the source. And it's there, it's there. Now we're going to untar it. Okay, that's good. Now we've got that directory. Now we're gonna move the whole directory to var www.tml. Basically, we're just moving it from the downloaded files that were in the tar file or zip file to the HTML directory in a folder called Cacti. Now we need to create the user group, so we'll do a group add. Group add of Cacti, user add, group Cacti, and CAC Cacti user. Now we create a password for Cacti user. Now we're going to change into the directory where we just copied all those files, which is basically the web server location. And now we have all the different files that we basically copied. Now that we're here, we're going to change ownership. -R for recursively to Cacti user. RRA directory and the log. And I hope if I spell Cacti correctly. And now we're actually going to do the MySQL database, just check to make sure it's good, and set up a user account, stuff like that for that as well. So first we're going to start that. Okay, that looks like it's good. Now we're going to do a check config. It's equal D on. So now it'll start after a reboot. And now we need to create a password. Okay, so basically I just changed the root password to Cacti. I'm creating a database called Cacti. And then now we're going to go to the directory that I believe we're already in, but if you weren't in that directory, you need to get in this directory. And the file that we're looking for is the SQL file, so it's be Cacti SQL. Just make sure it's there. It's there. And then now we're going to import it. Okay, now that database has been imported, and now we're in the MySQL stuff here. What we can do here is we're going to grant access to a user. So it'll be grant all on Cacti. To see, Cacti user at localhost. Okay, that basically created that user, the Cacti user at localhost, password of Cacti to that database, the Cacti, anything inside that database or anything after that. Kind of a little wild card there. And now we're going to flush the privileges. And privilege has been flushed, and we're going to exit. Check our directory again. We're in Cacti, so that's good. Now what we need to do is actually change the database settings in the config.php file. That'll be in the include directory. And look for the config PHP. And scroll down here, and here's where we have database Cacti, localhost, Cacti user, password, Cacti for us. I recommend you make this different. This is one that I do not use in production. All that stuff matches, that looks good. Now we need to actually edit the Chrome tab. And it shows you basically what needs to go in there, a nice setup or example of it. What this basically means is every 5 minutes, run this. We're going to change it, we're going to make it 1 because I want to be able to show you guys some data and fill this thing up pretty fast. All right, quit. Now we're going to do the MySQL status. Looks like we're running, so everything's good there. Also going to check our HTTP server. It says that it stopped, so we're going to do a service HTTP start. Started okay. Now we're going to do a check config. The web server as well, HTTPD on. So it'll be there after it reboots. And then from that point, we should be able to go to our web server and see a main page for it, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I'm just going to go through a quick little installation. Everything's there, we're good to go, so we'll hit next here. It's a new install. It's pre-filled out all the information that we had in there. Type of system is Unix, Linux. Hit next. showing us that all the tools that are there are needed and have been found. RRD tool, SNMP stuff, and then here we just hit finish. And the initial is going to be admin and admin. And it's going to force you to change the password. And then put in a new password. And that is the installation of Cacti 0.8.8b. And then I'll let this run a little bit so you can see some of the graphs. Right now there's nothing because it basically just started. Look real close, you can see that there's some data that's slowly being graphed here. You actually hit a little magnifying glass here and you zoom in. See, we're getting data in now, so it is set up and looks good so far. Some of the information now is rolling into the graphs. For more information, you can check out my website. Probably the best thing is to click on the link that's in the notes for this, and it will take you to where I've started setting up a DocuWiki, and hopefully that will make things a little bit easier, better steps and stuff like that. Again, you get my information at docuwiki.bing14.net. Thanks a lot, and please let me know what you think of these videos, if I need to do more or less, different ones. Give me some ideas of stuff that I can set up. I love it. Again, thank you for listening.